Good morning, Bitcoiners. Today's show is titled Know Your Enemy. What do I mean by that? I mean that today, July 17th, 2025, I think people are real excited because the price of Bitcoin is near all-time highs and is going up. It's going to continue to go up and down, but it's going to go up, and I think the big bull run is ahead of us this fall. Here's what I want you to keep in mind, though. Remember who your enemy is so that you can come up with a strategy to hold on to your Bitcoin for the next 18 months, 5 years and into the future. And I think that the next 5 years is going to be the real test. Right now, we are in the middle of World War III. I agree with Nolan Bowerly on this, and I think a lot of people have been, at least people I listen to have been talking about this. A lot of folks think that, World War III may have started when the United States bombed Iran at the behest of Israel, or, maybe when the Ukraine war started, But one thing I want you to keep in mind is that World War III is not a struggle of nation state against nation state. That's the wrong frame for it. World War III is an economic and information war, and we've been in the middle of it at least since 2020, or if not before that. And the enemy, the adversaries in World War III are not nation states versus nation states. It's nation states versus the people, right? Versus their own citizens. Because keep in mind, the frame that we have on this show is that we are in a fourth turning, and we are also at the not the end of the industrial age. The industrial age is, for all intents and purposes, over, and the information age is really starting to reach the middle part of that bell curve, right? So we're in the middle of that information age, and nation states will not survive the information age, right? That political organization is not suited for the information age. The information age is more suited toward the sovereign individual, for people who can get their act together, right? My theory is that the only nation state that will survive into the information age from here forward is going to be China, right? And right now, we're seeing, there's a raft of ducks that just took off over there. Right now, we're seeing the nation state that is, ruled the industrial age was the United States of America. And we're seeing the fall of the United States of America. And I know that Donald Trump came in and he's trying to make America great again, or at least that's his slogan, right? But I think the reason Trump got in is because he's a populist, not because of Make America Great Again. Make America Great Again was the slogan and the dressing on it, but really the reason he resonated was because of his populism. And I don't think he's going to be able to save the United States of America. And here's the problem. As the United States of America, the idea of America will survive, right? I believe Balaji, United States was Great Britain times 10, right? So capitalism and freedom and all the good things about the British culture were taken over by the United States in World War I and World War II, and the United States became even more so. So, the Magna Carta became the, Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, and all the American values why we love America and everyone in the world loves the idea of America was amplified, right? His thesis is that the internet is America times 10. And we're going to see that, but this is the tricky part. So, know your enemy. It's not, you know, if you're on the left, it's not the people on the right. And if you're on the right, it's not the people on the left. I hate to say it, but it's nation states versus the people. So what does that mean for us as Bitcoiners? It means we got to get our act together and get our self-sovereignty and our, you know, get our keys and our storage and our security in order, right? It means that if you don't, you've already KYC'd yourself if you bought Bitcoin on an exchange, especially if you bought a large amount. So it's up to you now to figure out a plan on how you can hold your Bitcoin for the next 5 years by being secure with it. It's also up to you to consider, depending on where your nation state is, and I'm including the United States in this equation, it's up to you to have a plan B, you know, as a Bitcoiner. Don't be married to the place that you live, the polity that you're currently existing under, if that polity becomes toxic. And I can see Britain, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, they're already really far down that path. And having a plan B is really important. The United States is not far behind. So think about that plan B. Look at where I live. I love this place. But I'm thinking about a plan B, right? Anyway, pat yourself on the back. So far you've done really well in World War III. If you have any Bitcoin at all, when we get to the end of it, and it's not going to be long, you know, if you can make it through the next few years, you're going to be okay. You can pat yourself on the back if you still have a stack. Anyway, look at this morning. So beautiful. I slept in a little bit because my wife and I went out dancing last night, and I was like, woke up with the first birds, fell back asleep, got back up. The sunrise this morning was spectacular. And I drove over here. I'm like, am I going to get here in time? And it's still okay, but I missed it was a mega beautiful sunrise this morning. And I caught the tail end of it. But Bitcoin is still running, right? Get your self-custody in order. Get your ducks in a row, and you'll be fine. But know your enemy. Peace.